Hey guys, and thanks for tuning in to Fantasy Premier League TV, and welcome to the FPL Point Predictor, the series where I select 5 Fantasy Premier League players that I believe are guaranteed to score 4 points or more in the upcoming FPL game week. However, to keep things interesting, my selections must include 1 defensive option, as well as 1 midfield and 1 forward option that are both priced below the value of 8 million. Also, I'm unable to select more than 1 player per team. This should offer up a nice bit of diversity and stops me from selecting all the best players in the game. Whether you're new to FPL or a complete Fantasy Premier League junkie like myself, then be sure to support my channel and subscribe to FPL TV today. So with the rules of FPL Point Predictor cleared up, let's move straight on to my selections for Game Week 1. For my defensive option for the opening week of fixtures, I'm selecting Arsenal's new wing-back, Sead Kolasinac. At the start of the season, clean sheets are so unpredictable, and I simply can't call it. So I've opted for a player who has good potential for some attacking returns instead. In recent years, Arsenal's form at the start of the season is very inconsistent, especially on the opening day. So no result could happen here that would surprise me. However, Arsenal haven't lacked goals in pre-season, and Kolasinac has shown during these games and during the Community Shield that he's more than capable of bombing forward and getting into the opposition's box. That's why he gets my vote in this week's Point Predictor, and early signs suggest he could be a great FPL option for weeks to come. For my midfielder under the value of 8 million, I'm opting for the midfield maestro Cesc Fabregas. There seems to be a very gloomy and concerning atmosphere around Chelsea at the moment, which is hard to believe considering they were only crowned champions just 3 months ago. But after a questionable summer of transfers, no one's really sure how they're going to start the season. Despite all this though, they've still got an excellent squad, and a manager who won't settle for anything less than 100%. And let's not forget, they're facing Burnley at home, which is also a bonus. Following the sale of Matic and the absence of Eden Hazard, this will almost certainly guarantee Fabregas a starting place on the opening weekend, against a Burnley side who had a disastrous away record last year. For my premium midfield option, I've gone for Liverpool's new signing, Mohamed Salah. It was a toss-up for me here of Liverpool's attacking talents, with Sadio Mane also fresh in my considerations. It's week 1, it's unpredictable, and I just had to go with my gut instinct on this one. Mohamed Salah bagged 15 goals and 11 assists in Serie A last year, and has also found the net a few times already for Liverpool during pre-season. Granted, the Premier League is a different kettle of fish, but he does look set to be a very strong FPL option. I've also made the consideration that Liverpool are away from home on this opening weekend of fixtures, and Sadio Mane's FPL returns are much better at home compared to away. So ultimately, I've landed on Salah. For my budget forward, under the value of 8 million, after much deliberation, I'm taking a slight gamble on Swansea's on-loan player, Tammy Abraham. I say it's a gamble as he has a very slight injury concern, but research and reports suggest that he should be past fit for his away meeting with Southampton. I know that we shouldn't be looking too much into pre-season form, but it's difficult not to following Swansea's excellent 4-0 victory over Sampdoria days ago, with Tammy Abraham playing a starring role and getting on the score sheet as well. He's also coming off the back of a superb loan spell in the Championship last year, where he bagged 23 goals in 41 games. Southampton, on the other hand, have had a pretty poor pre-season, with the transfer speculation hanging over the heads of Van Dijk and a 4-0 defeat to Augsburg days ago, confidence and atmosphere seem to be a little low. There's an abundance of very good forwards below the value of 8 million this year, with the likes of Josh King, Chicharito, Rooney, Rodriguez, even Southampton's Charlie Austin. But for game week 1, my gut and the gambling man inside me says Abraham could be a good shout. And this leaves me to my final choice, the any priced forward. To narrow this down to one choice this week was near impossible, with Harry Kane, Lukaku and Jesus all fresh in my considerations. For days I had this down as Lukaku prior to filming this, but I've now switched my attentions to Sergio Aguero. All of the premium options this week have potential to pick up points, but my gut's telling me that Aguero is perhaps the safest option. I think everyone is expecting Man City to start the season with a bang, with a very productive transfer window surely boosting their confidence, and with the players they've signed suggesting it'll be an all-out attack style of football. With that considered, surely Aguero can get in on the points, especially against the newly promoted Brighton, At just 10% ownership, I feel FPL managers could be missing a trick here, with Aguero and Jesus set to play alongside each other, and the man's stats speak for themselves. Deciding who is the best choice out of the power three, Lukaku, Kane and Aguero, is anyone's guess, but solely for Game Week 1, I've ended up with Aguero, and I'm pretty happy with the decision. So that concludes my point predictor for Game Week 1 of the new FPL season. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, I'm an addict, not an expert, so be sure to follow your own gut when it comes to picking your own FPL team. Be sure to subscribe and drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and the point predictor will return for next week. Take it easy, and please, FPL responsibly.